Okay, get this. Right now, as we're talking, there's a real energy in the political air down in Tamil Nadu.
Mm,
Union Home Minister Amit Shah is in Chennai, and the buzz is all about a potential new chapter for K. Annamalai.
right.
This feels bigger than just the usual political maneuvering. It could signal a pretty significant shift, and we're gonna, well, delve into what's really going on.
What's immediately striking is the timing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shah's presence there,
Yeah,
the spotlight on Annamalai, and then this announcement of Nainar Nagenthran as the new state BJP president.
all happening right now, April 11th.
It feels like a carefully orchestrated moment, especially against the familiar backdrop of the BJP, DMK, and AIADMK power dynamics.
Definitely feels like a strategic recalibration in play.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. And to really appreciate the weight of this moment for Annamalai, you kind of have to look at where he came from.
Right. He wasn't always a politician.
No, not at all. Before the BJP, he was a really effective IPS officer down in Karnataka.
Oh, yeah. I remember hearing about that. They had a nickname for him.
They did. Singham Anna,
Hmm.
which, roughly means Lion Big Brother.
Oh.
And it apparently stuck because he was known for being incredibly tough, especially cracking down on illegal stuff like gutka, drug trafficking.
So a real action-oriented guy.
That's the picture you get. Very direct.
That background in law enforcement is quite telling, I think. It gives him this image of authority, someone who gets things done, a persona he's definitely carried into his political career.
Oh, for sure.
It's interesting how that reputation probably resonated with people looking for, well, decisive leadership.
Exactly. And he's still relatively young in politics, right? Only 40.
Yeah, quite young for that level.
Plus, he's got this strong academic background, too, mechanical engineering. Then an MBA from IM Lucknow.
So you have this interesting mix. Practical, tough experience, and strategic thinking from the MBA.
Right. But what really got people talking, and I think it's crucial for understanding his style, was his barefoot vow.
Ah, yes, the barefoot vow. The symbolism there is pretty potent.
It is, isn't it?
It's a very visceral kind of protest, aimed squarely at the DMK.
Right. Tied to his views on their impact on Tamil Nadu.
Exactly. It stems from his deep conviction about what he sees as, well, their detrimental effect, that kind of dramatic gesture. It can be incredibly effective.
Catches the public eye.
Absolutely. It conveys this profound sense of commitment to his cause.
Right. And it wasn't just the vow. His whole campaigning style was incredibly energetic, very direct. He really took on the challenge of trying to boost the BJP's voice in a state that, let's be honest, has been historically dominated by the Dravidian parties.
The DMK and AIADMK stronghold.
Precisely. Remember the DMK files he released?
Oh, yeah, that caused quite a stir.
Pretty bold move, directly confronting the ruling party on corruption allegations.
What's fascinating about his efforts is that attempt to carve out a real space for the BJP. I mean, it's tough political terrain for them down there. And while the 2024 Lok Sabha polls didn't bring a huge seat haul for the BJP in Tamil Nadu.
No, they didn't win big.
It's worth noting their overall vote share did tick up under his leadership.
That's a good point.
So it suggests his work, raising the party's profile, was gaining some traction, even if it didn't immediately translate into lots of seats.
Which kind of brings us right up to today's big news, April 11th, 2025, Amit Shah's announcement in Chennai.
The national role.
Exactly, pointing specifically to a potential national role for Annamalai within the BJP.
And this lands at the exact same time as the news about Nainar Nagenthran stepping in as the new state president.
You can clearly see a significant shift happening. It's not subtle.
Precisely. The simultaneous nature of these announcements is key, elevating Annamalai potentially while bringing in a new state leader. It signals a very deliberate strategic adjustment.
So what could these national roles actually be? What are we talking about here?
Well, several possibilities come to mind. One is the National General Secretary position.
Okay, what does that involve?
That's a crucial role. Significant responsibility for managing the party's organizational machinery, election strategies across states.
So like deep in the party's operational backbone.
Exactly. The engine room, you could say.
Yeah.
Involved in the nuts and bolts nationwide.
Right. And then, of course, there's the really big one everyone's speculating about.
The national president role.
Yeah. Could Annamalai actually be in the running for BJP national president?
That would be a monumental leap, wouldn't it? Placing him right at the top of the party leadership.
Be huge.
It would indeed be a significant elevation. But beyond those top organizational roles, we should also consider maybe a Rajya Sabha seat.
Ah, right. the upper house,
which could then open doors to a potential role in the union cabinet.
giving him a national platform for policy, for governance.
And another angle is maybe the party sees him as a troubleshooter.
How so?
Someone valuable to deploy in other states where the BJP faces challenges, with a sort of national problem solver.
Interesting. So the big question is, why now? What's driving this idea of a national role for Annamalai?
Several factors seem likely. His undeniable charisma is one.
He does have that presence.
And his apparent ability to connect with a really diverse range of voters, from farmers right through to the urban tech crowd.
That's quite a broad appeal.
It is.
What?
Then there's his firm Hindutva stance, which aligns well with the core ideology of the RSS.
And the RSS wields considerable influence within the BJP, obviously.
Absolutely. And we shouldn't overlook his organizational skills. He did manage to inject a lot of energy into the Tamil Nadu BJP, significantly raise their visibility.
He definitely stirred things up down there, no question. But, in politics, there's always another layer, isn't there?
Always.
Is it conceivable that this potential promotion might also be a strategic move, maybe to manage some complexities at the state level?
That's a very astute point.
Like maybe his direct style, while energizing for some, also created friction within the state unit or maybe with potential allies.
It's not uncommon in politics for these kinds of leadership shifts to serve multiple purposes.
All right.
So while a national role could genuinely reflect recognition of his broader potential,
A reward, essentially.
it could also provide a way to navigate those tricky state-level alliances and maybe internal party dynamics, sometimes elevating a prominent but maybe polarizing figure nationally can help reset things regionally.
Which brings us quite neatly to Nainar Nagenthran's appointment as the new Tamil Nadu BJP president.
Exactly.
He presents a very different profile compared to Annamalai, doesn't he?
Completely different. At 64, he's a seasoned politician, long-established career.
Currently a BJP MLA from Tirunelveli.
Yes. And where Annamalai was seen as this fiery, sort of dynamic force.
Singamana.
Right. And Nagenthran projects more an image of stability, experience, someone deeply familiar with Tamil Nadu politics.
His own political journey is pretty interesting, too. Started with AIADMK.
That's right. Held significant ministerial posts under Jayalalitha Transport Electricity.
So he was successful there. Won elections in 2001, 2011.
He did. He has deep roots in the Tamil Nadu political establishment.
But then he moved to the BJP in 2017 after some losses and, of course, after Jayalalitha passed away.
Yes. And since then, he's kept a significant presence, especially in the southern parts of Tamil Nadu.
And his community is important there, too, right? The Mukulathor, or Maravar sect.
That's a crucial dimension, yes. Caste dynamics often play a big, if sometimes quiet, role in Tamil Nadu politics. And Nagenthran's community connection in the southern districts could be strategically useful for the BJP's outreach.
And it's notable that his nomination for state president was, what, unopposed?
Unopposed, yes. And
Yep.
apparently Annamalai himself proposed his name.
Really? Okay, so that strongly suggests a coordinated decision within the party, not a contested thing at all.
Looks that way. Very much a planned transition.
So why Nagenthran specifically? What's the strategic thinking behind picking him for this role right now?
Well, there are several likely reasons. His long experience in state politics.
Decades of it.
And crucially, his past links with the AIADMK. That makes him a potentially valuable bridge builder.
Ah, for the alliance.
Exactly. Facilitating a stronger alliance between the BJP and AIADMK. He's generally seen as having a less confrontational style than Annamalai.
Which could be better for coalition building, less likely to rock the boat.
Potentially, yes. More conducive to forging and maintaining those partnerships. And as we touched on, his caste identity could help the BJP consolidate support in southern Tamil Nadu.
Sort of complementing Annamalai's base, which is maybe stronger elsewhere, like the West.
That could be the thinking. He's seen as a steady hand, a safe bet maybe. Someone who can provide stability and focus on that crucial alliance.
And that brings us right to it, the BJP-AIADMK relationship. Arguably the most critical piece of this whole puzzle.
Absolutely central.
It's been a bit of a roller coaster, hasn't it? On again, off again.
Very much so. Turbulence is a good word. We saw them split back in 2023.
Yeah. What was the main reason then? Annamalai's comment.
That was widely reported as a significant factor, yes. His outspoken criticism of certain AIADMK leaders.
Which clearly caused friction with the AIADMK leadership under Adupati Palaniswamy then.
It certainly seemed to.
And then came the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. And the results in Tamil Nadu probably served as a bit of a wake-up call for both parties, I imagine.
You'd think so. Neither the BJP nor the AIADMK did particularly well on their own.
No major breakthroughs for either.
That shared experience, maybe not meeting their electoral goals, likely became a key reason to reconsider the benefits of teaming up again.
Makes sense. Strengthen numbers against a common opponent.
Precisely. Their performance really underscored the continued strength of the DMK.
Still very dominant.
Under MK Stalin, they hold a commanding position in the state assembly, and they've been effective with their narrative against, quote, Hindi imposition.
Right. That's a perennial issue.
So facing that formidable DMK challenge, the BJP likely realized that joining forces with a strong regional player like AIADMK was, well, essential.
For having a realistic shot in 2026.
Exactly. And Nagenthran's appointment seems clearly intended to help cement this renewed alliance, make it work this time.
And it's interesting that Amit Shah specifically confirmed the 2026 fight would be under Indapati K. Palaniswamy's leadership of the AIADMK.
That felt like a very deliberate signal.
A reassurance to their partner, acknowledging the AIADMK's, established position.
I think so, because, let's face it, for the BJP to significantly grow its footprint in Tamil Nadu,
given their current vote share,
having a strong, established regional ally like AIADMK is practically indispensable.
You really can't see them making major gains alone at this point.
It's highly unlikely. Without a robust alliance, their prospects for substantially increasing seats in the 2026 Assembly look pretty slim. The DMK is too entrenched.
So the alliance is really a strategic imperative for the BJP in the state.
It truly seems to be.
Okay, so looking ahead then, the 2026 Tamil Nadu Assembly elections. What are the critical factors we should be watching? What's going to shape the outcome?
Well, several key things. First, the health and unity of that BJP-AIADMK alliance.
How well do they actually work together?
Exactly. Can they successfully navigate seat sharing? That's often tricky.
Always a sticking point.
And can they develop a cohesive campaign strategy that actually resonates across the state?
That's the challenge. Then there's the DMK factor.
Absolutely. Countering their political machinery. Finding ways to tap into any anti-incumbency or anti-DMK sentiment.
And what about Annamalai himself, even if he takes a national role?
His influence won't just vanish, will it?
Hard to imagine.
He's built up a substantial personal following, a very distinct political identity in the state. His presence, his statements, they'll likely continue to have an impact, regardless of his formal title in Delhi.
His supporters, the issues he championed, they'll still be relevant leading up to 2026.
No doubt.
And of course, we can't forget the voters themselves. Tamil Nadu voters can be, well, unpredictable.
Famously so. There are always those key issues that can swing things.
Like the NEET exam debate. That's always sensitive.
Very much so. Language politics, always simmering, and just broader sentiments towards the state government, central government.
All in the mix. And we should also remember, we're expecting more clarity soon, right, on Annamalai's actual national role.
Yes, the expectation is around April 16th or 17th, 2025. The BJP should make things clearer then.
Which will add another layer to this whole developing story.
Indeed. The next few days, few weeks will be crucial. Understanding the precise nature of his next assignment and how that fits into the BJP's overall Tamil Nadu strategy.
That interplay between national ambitions and regional realities.
It's going to be fascinating to watch.
So for you, the listener, what's unfolding right now in Tamil Nadu really matters. This isn't just, abstract political games.
No, these decisions, this reshuffle, they have real consequences for the state's political landscape.
And it could also give us clues about the BJP's broader national ambitions, especially their efforts to get a stronger foothold in the South.
Which leaves us with a really interesting question to ponder, doesn't it?
What's that?
How will Annamalai's potential move to a national stage truly affect the stability, the effectiveness of this newly reconfirmed BJP-AIADMK alliance, especially heading into the crucial 2026 elections?
Right. Will his national role ultimately strengthen the coalition back home? Or could it introduce new complexities, maybe even friction at the state level?
It's a delicate balance.
Exactly. It really makes you think about that intricate dance between regional politics and national strategies, how individual leaders, their ambitions, their alliances, how it all shapes the political narrative.
And this story is definitely still being written.
Yeah.
Very much in progress.
Plenty of potential twists and turns still to come, I'd imagine.